The rumble of a grain elevator emptying at harvest is usually a comforting sound, a promise that another year's work has found a home. Yet across the Midwest this season, those conveyors rattle into silence mid-cycle. The bins have filled and the yard hauntingly quiet. It's not just one crop or one country. From Kansas sorghum growers to Iowa soybean giants, American farmers are starting at a once-in-a-generation squeeze. Tariffs that were meant to shield the economy have boomeranged straight back at the Heartland. If we don't pay attention now, we may witness the biggest wave of farm failures since the 1980s commodity crash. If this story of Main Street America matters to you, tap like and share it with someone who still thinks trade policy is only for the suits in Washington. Every click helps real farm voices get heard. So what flipped prosperity into panic? On March 4, China slapped a 10% tariff on $21 billion worth of US farm goods. A month later, Beijing doubled down to 34%, yanking import licenses from key exporters overnight. Sorghum, once almost entirely banned for Chinese feed mills, became Exhibit A in the fallout. Within 60 days, shipments collapsed by an astonishing 94%. The grain that should have been on ships is now stacked to the rafters in prairie silos, its price sinking below even corn. The contagion spread fast. Wheat growers woke up to cancellations from buyers in South Korea and the Philippines, customers who had been loyal for decades. Shipping lines began charging risk surcharges, arguing that Washington's next tweet could send prices swinging before the cargo docks. US wheat, once the global benchmark, has ceded market share to Russia and Australia even when US grain is cheaper on paper. Imagine selling a catalog at a price of a compact and still being told no thanks, because buyers don't trust tomorrow's headlines. That's the new reality for America's amber waves of grain. Midwestern soybean fields, the crown jewel of US exports, are feeling the squeeze just as hard. Stocks have ballooned to the highest level in 4 years, and farm gate prices have tumbled by almost a third. Brazil, sensing the opportunity, pumped a record 70 million tons into China in the first quarter alone. One Illinois producer summed it up: "I'm not competing with Brazilian farmers. I'm competing with my own government's tariff policy." When planting decisions for next spring begin, some will switch to corn, others will leave land idle, and a few, especially smaller operations, may bow out for good. Livestock producers are next in line. Nearly 1,000 US meat plants are scrambling to renew export permits that might expire any day. Delays at Chinese ports are spoiling chilled pork before it clears customs, erasing months of razor-thin profit in one spoiled shipment. Every penny drop in hog prices wipes out roughly $15 million in sector income. If you are a rancher in the Dakotas, you are suddenly wondering whether to trim the herd before beef prices fall through the floor. Let's pause and hear your take. Drop a comment below. Do you think Washington should double down on tariffs to force concessions or pull back before rural America buckles? Your perspective shapes where this conversation goes next. Costs are climbing too. Canada, stung by US steel duties, retaliated with a 25% levy on American farm supplies. 80% of US potash fertilizer comes from Canada. The new tariff adds about $100 a ton. A 2,000-acre Nebraska corn farm will cough up an extra $60,000 just to fertilize next season. Banks that once phoned farmers begging for loan businesses are now asking for bigger collateral or walking away. Chapter 12 farm bankruptcies have jumped more than 50% year over year. In South Dakota, a 160-hectare spread was repossessed for a single unpaid fertilizer bill, an echo of the foreclosure auctions that scared a generation 40 years ago. The pain radiates beyond the fields. Grain elevators in Kansas have trimmed staff back to 3-day weeks. Rural diners see fewer truckers at lunch, and local schools debate consolidating bus routes to save fuel. When agriculture sneezes, every main street merchant catches cold. The hard truth: tariffs designed to protect American industry are boxing in the very communities they were supposed to help, turning fertile ground into warehouses of unsold grain. Globally, rivals are seizing the moment. Russia is on track to export more than 40 million tons of wheat this year, taking over contracts once stamped USA. Brazil's soybean ascent looks unstoppable. Australia, after years of drought, is back in the game and marketing reliable supply almost as aggressively as the grain itself. These countries aren't always cheaper, but they are offering something American exporters cannot right now: predictability. In trade, trust is a currency, and United States currency is trading at a discount. What's the way out? First, Washington needs to remember that farmers cannot simply reroute a year's crop with a memo. They plan seasons in advance, and credit lines hinge on a stable policy. A robust federal support package, call it a modern safety net, could soften today's freight surcharges and storage bills. Equally important is diplomatic re-engagement. Multilateral talks, however tedious, are critical to solving the tariff freeze. Trade partners need confidence that tomorrow's headline won't nullify today's contract. Finally, policy consistency matters. Buyers from Manila to Madrid must believe that a 5-year supply agreement will still stand after the next election cycle. None of this downplays legitimate grievance about unfair foreign practices. Enforcing intellectual property, leveling labor standards matters, but tariffs alone applied like a sledgehammer risk smashing the wrong knuckles. As one Iowa co-op manager put it, we are winning tariff battles but losing the market war. So where do we stand? Picture a feedback loop. Collapsing exports inflate domestic stockpiles. Oversupply drives prices down. Lower prices erode farm income. Lenders pull credit. With less credit, farmers cut planting. Reduced investment weakens rural towns, and the cycle tightens again. If this loop isn't broken, the 2020s could replay the farm crisis of the 1980s on a bigger screen and an uglier budget. Yet hope remains. Farmers are resilient. They adopt tech at lightning speed, from precision planting to AI-guided combines. Given a fair chance, state policy, competitive shipping rates, and open markets, they can outproduce anyone on earth. The question is whether policymakers will act before more families auction off their heirloom lands to pay a fertilizer invoice. That brings us to our final ask. If you have stayed with us this far, and I appreciate you more than you know, please hit like, smash that subscribe button, ring the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.